Hey everyone, SoranotRoxas here and bringing you another video. Unfortunately, I actually just got off of work, which is why I'm not wearing my typical white shirt I always do with all these videos. But hey, look what I got. Just came in the mail today, and I rushed here as fast as I can just to get these. I got Alien Isolation, and I got Grand Theft Auto 5 for the PS4, okay? You know, by now, everyone's pretty much played Grand Theft Auto 5. I have too, but I'm finally getting it for the PS4, and hopefully it was worth the buy, because this game's so freaking expensive. It's still like $49. Like, really? It came out in 2013. You know, if you haven't played it by now, you should. And I have it for PS3 too, but a lot of my friends move on to the next gen, so I kind of moved on to the next gen too. And of course, this is supposed to be like the enhanced version, so you know it's no problem where I got it again. Okay, so those aren't what I want to talk about in this video today. All right, what I want to talk about in this video today is basically the top 5 games that I hate. And it might not be like an extreme hate, like, you know, I possibly won't play these games again, or, okay, so the majority of them, so yeah, basically I won't play these games again. That's why it's called the top 5 games that I hate, but everyone else seems to enjoy. Now, I just want to say that this is strictly opinion-based. And even games that I put up here, I will say, so let me get my full say out, okay, before you decide to skip forward or anything like that. There's going to be quick links in the description box in case you want to do that. But let me just say this before you do so. The games that I'm about to list here could not be the worst games in the world. Okay, this is just my personal list, my opinion on these games. Or / franchises for these games. And it could, you know, let's say like there's 8 games in a franchise. Yeah, you know, from games from like 1 to 5 I could really love, and then like from 6 to 8 I really despise. And I would say that I'd be like, okay, so this is the cutoff point here, and then like the rest of the games just really did not resonate with me, and I didn't enjoy them in the next one in the series. I didn't really like it in the next one, and it fell out for me. So that could just be it. So it's not like, okay, you know, like say I mention a series and just say, okay, everyone in the franchise is bad. No. Also, this video is a bit of a filler video. This is just something I'm going to throw up, and I've actually just really made this list like last night. I was thinking to myself, I said, what type of video could I do? And it's not like I'm running out of any ideas. It's just that I just don't have time to implement like really long videos. So I don't know how long this one's going to be. Okay, so without further ado, let's get right to it. And if I was to turn this top 5 list into a top 10, you know, these games can move around, they can change. But I'm just going to keep it recent. I'm just going to keep it for more recent, newer age games, okay? So you're not going to see anything up here from like Nintendo 64 era or Sega Genesis era or even older than that here. Because if I did, almost every Atari game will be up here. I'm joking. But alright, it's a classic system. But okay, alright. Just because it's classic, that doesn't mean it's good. But okay, let's get into this right now, and let's get to my top 5 games that I personally hate, but everyone else seems to enjoy. Okay? So let's start off with number 5. Number 5. Dance games. Period. Okay, so this is the only dance game I have ever purchased. Not the only dance game I have played. And that doesn't mean that, you know, oh, you know, this is Michael Jackson dance game. You know, he doesn't like Michael Jackson. He doesn't like Beat It and Thriller. No, I love Michael Jackson, okay? This is like the only reason why I even brought this game. But, yeah, after one day of playing it, I was kind of done with it. And that's just how dance games are to me. They never keep my interest for that long. And it's not particularly Michael Jackson's one that made me dislike dance games. No, I didn't like the whole thing about dance games. I didn't like them from the beginning. And just for it to come out with something like this is obviously a marketing ploy, which just to make money off of his death at the time. And still, it still burns in my head how much I actually hate these types of games. Dance games bring nothing to the table. If you want to dance, you could dance, put on your headphones and dance like a freaking wild man if you want. Or, I don't know, go out to the club or something like that. Or if you're a little kid, you know, if you're a little kid, I can understand playing, you know, Michael Jackson or something like that. But by the time you get up to that age, especially my age, it's like, no, it's really not. It's like no, I don't want this. I can go out and dance and stuff. It's the same thing I get with sports games, but with sports games it doesn't bother me as much, which is why no sport game has actually made this list. And I know I'm kind of copping out by saying, oh, just dance games in general, but yeah, so far I haven't played a single dance game that I really enjoy. Like, the only time a dance game could be fun is if you have the Kinect, which is literally like the only thing the Kinect works with is dance games. If you have the Kinect and you're playing something like not Dance Revolution, I can't think of dance music or something like, I don't even know the titles. It's like one dance game that's like, I guess is really popular. They just keep making more and more, and it puts all the hip hop songs. I barely listen to the radio. You know, I actually don't listen to radio anymore. I mostly listen to like older songs. I have no idea what's, you know, the now as far as like good songs go. But yeah, that's my number 5 pick. Just dance songs in general. I just can't. Just dance songs. It's dance games in general. I just can't stand them. I don't know how anyone, I can see how people can enjoy them, but especially if you have a whole group of friends and you're making fun of it, someone's doing something a little bit crazy on the screen and, you know, you're making fun of them, you're having a good time, but fuck that. Turn that off and play Super Smash Bros. Or something like that. If you really want to have a party, like, play Smash Bros. Or Grand Theft Auto or something like that. Get a bunch of people together. And a lot of these games where it's like, you know, basically people talk about the living room is dead and like the couch play is dead and all like the split screen stuff is dead. So I do admire games that actually have the split screen feature nowadays because you rarely see that. Everything, you know, even looking at something like freaking Grand Theft Auto, everything's online. Call of Duty, Battlefield is just online. It's not really much of the split screen going on anymore. And although that doesn't bother me because the majority of the time I prefer to play alone, but still you have to admire games that, like Rocket League, for example, that will put in a split screen. So yeah, that's nice. But guys, you know, in this day and age, these dance games, they don't work for me. They have never worked for me. I can't stand them. I'm sorry. So if you like dance games, that's fine, you know. Dance Revolution, if you go to like the arcade, are arcades still around? I think they're all gone. Yeah. No, but you know, if you go to like the arcade and you gotta, you know, step on the platforms and everything, you're doing the dances back, that's fine. That's okay with me. I won't do it. I will watch you do it. I won't play it. But you know, dance games in your living room and stuff like that, yeah, unless you have a bunch of friends over and you're taking turns or something like that, I don't see the enjoyment in that, like, at all. Sorry. So, yep, dance, that's it. So, dance games was my number 5 pick, and I just don't enjoy them. Okay? All right, so moving on to number 4. Number 4, Call of Duty. Okay, yeah, all right. You know this was coming. I talked about so many Call of Duty games for a long time. And what I forgot to mention in the announcement there is I meant Call of Duty after Black Ops. This to me was the last good Call of Duty game. This was the best Call of Duty game I played for how much problems it gave me. This was the best Call of Duty game I played next to World at War, and I think Modern Warfare 2 was pretty good too. And then, like I said, this abomination came out, and it doesn't look so bad now. And the only reason any Call of Duty fan says like, oh, Black Ops 2 wasn't so bad is because freaking if Ghost or Advanced Warfare or whatever, I don't know how well Advanced Warfare is doing right now. People's rating on that, every time I talk about that with people, they just like, it's average, it's average. Sometimes it has like its good moments. Everyone says it's better than Ghost. Everyone says it's better than Ghost, but pretty much it's like average, or it's on par with some of the lesser Call of Duty, so higher than, on par with like Modern Warfare 3 or something like that, and that's understandable. I haven't played Advanced Warfare. I haven't played Call of Duty Ghost. I do not know how they play. This is just me taking other people's opinions and just accepting them as it is, because I will never play another Call of Duty game. But for me, this was the worst one for me. I'm sorry, it didn't work. It was fucking broken. And maybe, yeah, after a couple of patches, it did start to work a little better. But you know what? It still will freeze up on me and stuff. I could have just gotten a bad disc. I could have just gotten a bad disc, and I could have accepted that. But when I found out that it wasn't a disc and it was just Treyarch's crappy connection, it just blew my mind. I just was so pissed off. But yeah, so Call of Duty games after Black Ops, okay? So anywhere before then, I could accept those, even Modern Warfare 3, I could kind of accept that. But yeah, after Black Ops 2, it just did not work for me, I'm sorry. And I tried to get back into them, man, and, because this was a long-running franchise for me. I've been playing since Call of Duty 3. I like Call of Duty. I wanted to do well, but they refused to change their formula. Each year it's the same, and it's just like, it just comes to a point where you just have to, just adapt to their new formula, and I refuse to, so, yeah, Call of Duty's not for me, at least not anymore. But, okay, that's it for that one. That's just my number 4th pick. It's a shame to see Call of Duty just slowly decline, in my personal opinion. I don't know how other people feel. Of course, a lot of Call of Duty fans are going to be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You got at least, you should play Advanced Warfare, or you should play Ghost and really see how bad it is. I don't need to play them to know how bad, Ghost is and how average maybe Advanced Warfare is. But yeah, I've played the other Call of Duty, so I know how good and how great they can be. So it really hurts me to put Call of Duty up here. But I made a video said, I'm done with Call of Duty, and I mean that. Okay, so yep, that's my number 4th pick for that one, and we're gonna move on to the next one. Number 3, Assassin's Creed. Only the first one. Only the first game. I'm sorry. The first game sucks. It sucks. There's nothing there. There's nothing there for me personally that I enjoyed. I don't think I have enjoyed this game from start to finish. The ending wasn't too bad. I thought the ending was pretty good, but that was like the highlight of the game. Once it got close to that ending, and I was like, okay, the game finally starting to pick up after what seemed to be 50 to 60 hours of gameplay. It could be. It wasn't that long for me. And this is like me doing everything in the game, 100%ing it and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. It's getting really good now. Now we're starting to get into the mystery of things and stuff like that. And game just ends. Game just ends right there. And thank God they came out with Assassin's Creed 2, which fixed all the problems of the first one, gave us a much better character, better story, a better action as far as gameplay, and better location. And thank God. Thank you they came out with Assassin's Creed 2, because if they did, I was literally about to pull my hair out with this game. Not because it particularly didn't work well or didn't run it or didn't perform well. It's just that it was boring. Altair in this game. Now, Assassin's Creed Revelations, they actually did his character much better, in my opinion. But, a lot of people overlook Revelations. You should go back and play Revelations again. Actually, go back and play this first game. If you're an Assassin's Creed fan, or you just played them casually or whatever, and you never played this, and you started with, say, something like Brotherhood, or you started with Assassin's Creed 2, for example, or just no content in here whatsoever to me for an open world game. And at the time, you know, this was considered next gen at the time. So I was so disappointed with like an open world. I can see that Assassin's Creed was sort of trying to form their own thing, their own being. And they obviously have it now. I mean, a game comes out every freaking year. And, you know, whether you hate them or you love them, I personally enjoy them, you know, every so often. I did make a review on Assassin's Creed Rogue. I did talk about AC Unity. I also talk about Assassin's Creed Syndicate as well. And, you know, like I said, whether you hate it or love it, you know, you can at least say there are at least one or a couple of good things in each of the games. I cannot find it here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The side quests are repetitive. They're the same thing. It's either murder these people for another assassin that apparently can't do shit, or beat somebody's race. It's like, oh, we need you to run through these rings like it's Superman 64 or something like that. Okay, it's not that bad. We need you to run through these rings and in order to beat like this assassin's high parkour score. And the whole thing of, and what I really hate is when games start you off with like, oh, we're gonna start you off with maximum abilities and stuff like that, and then we're just gonna take it all away. Fuck that. Oh God, I hate when games do that. And this one started out that way, so this already literally started off on the wrong foot with me. But like I said, main character, boring. Altair is boring. I'm sorry. I know he was the first assassin, the first big assassin. I don't care. Altair was boring. He was boring. Okay? He was so monotone, so didn't give. I don't know if it's like the voice actor, which they actually changed the voice actor, and thank God, because no offense to that guy, but the second voice actor, much better for Altair. Much better for Altair. But yeah, so the main character was a bore. The story was so predictable. My God, I swear, I kid you not. When the second mission came up after I finished assassinating the first bad guy or Templar, when the second mission came up and Altair starts, you know, kind of questioning his quest, and he's like, okay, you know, I'm killing these people, but are you sure these people are with this conspiracy, or, you know, like they're really linked to this thing in the game? You know, if you play the game, you would understand. If you played any Assassin's Creed, you know what I'm talking about. Are they really linked to this like special piece of the world and stuff like that, of the ancient world? And your mentor, who, not gonna give it away, who knows more than what he's letting on. So obvious, guys. So obvious. I kid you not. Second mission. Only the second mission in the game. Second mission. I've already figured out who the bad guy was. And of course, when it came down to that part, who the bad guy was and what I was looking for, I was like, fuck you, are you kidding me? I'm like, and then they try to make it like it's a big surprise. Kind of like how Batman Arkham Knight did with the Arkham Knight's reveal. They try to make it like it's a big surprise. It's just, no, it's so obvious. I needed no hint there. Okay, it was so obvious who the bad guy was. And it's like, it's not good. It's not good. Not good writing. I don't care. So the writing didn't really interest me at all. Once the games went on, they started getting better. Like I said, in the second Assassin's Creed 2, the writing was superb. It was amazing. The time period, fine for what you can do during that time period. I can understand. It's definitely far back. What is this, like 11? I think it says it on the back here. I can't remember. What is it, like the year 1195 or something? Altair was alive, and that's understandable. There won't be a lot of things there, but hell, let me walk into Jesus Christ or something. Let me meet Jesus or something. That would be way more interesting. But yeah, that's enough ranting and raving about Assassin's. I actually raved more about Assassin's Creed than a Call of Duty. I actually thought I was going to rave more about Call of Duty than this game. Yeah, that's the first Assassin's Creed. Guys, you know, for people who want to defend the first game, go back and play it. Go back and play it again, and I don't mean just like run through the story, do everything. And oh yeah, you can't go on with the story until you do like the certain side quests. Yeah, unlike the other Assassin's Creed game, imagine if like the newer Assassin's Creed games with all the treasure chests and all the extra islands and stuff like that you have to go to, or extra places you have to go to. Imagine if they said, no, you can't complete this mission until you do all side quests in this area. That's how the first one is. Yeah, it doesn't seem so good once you take the nostalgia glasses off. You take the nostalgia glasses off and see the game for what it really is. I actually can't see. So, let me put back on the glasses. But yeah, take the nostalgia filter off and go back and play the first Assassin's Creed game. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Moving on. Number 2. The Last of Us. I lost a lot of people with this, didn't I? Once I got to number 2, I know I lost a lot of views just now. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody's writing a negative comment right now or sending me a message. I'm sorry. I don't like The Last of Us. I know it's rare. I know it's rare. I could be the last of a dying breed. I don't like The Last of Us. It has one of the same problems I had with Assassin's Creed, and that was its story. I swear, not the second mission, not like Assassin's Creed. It wasn't until, actually it was pretty early on too. When Ellie, right here, when she got introduced into the game, I said, okay, let me guess. The main character that I'm playing as, Joel, is going to end up liking her, and she's going to be like sort of like a daughter figure to him, and he's going to end up protecting her to the point where he's willing to kill people. That's the entire game. I literally, so sorry for people who haven't played it yet, spoilers, I literally just gave the entire game away. That is the premise of the main character. I mean, that is the personality of the main character, what he slowly becomes to. Oh, here's how generic the story feels. It is to me. Okay, we have a main character who has lost someone near and dear to him in the past. Okay, so time goes by. He meets another person who's kind of like that same person that was near and dear to him that he lost in the past. Same personality-wise, but oh, they don't like each other at first. They're trying to get along, but it's really awkward, and it's not, and they can't understand each other's feelings. They can never relate to each other. Okay, here, let me put you with this one character so you can go across country, across the entire United States or so. They don't go across the entire United States, but just for an example. Here, let me take this person, put them in a car with you, and you two, by yourselves, drive across country with no other company, and we'll see if you're not tearing each other's throats out. Of course. Of course. They're obviously going to start relating to each other. You want to know why? Because they're going to start talking, and you just showed us why he's going to end up caring for this girl, for this little girl, because they remind him of someone else from his past, maybe another little girl of the same age at the time who he lost in his life. And this world has already been established as, you know, post-apocalyptic, so they've been living in this world for a while. So anyone's mental, if you watch, like I said, if you watch something, anything like any of the older George Romero films, like especially Dawn of the Dead, or even the Dawn of the Dead remake, or The Walking Dead, or anything like that, you're going to guess this plot. You're going to guess it so easily. And that doesn't mean... Let me just say this. This doesn't mean the game is bad. It's just not for me. So, just because I said I hate it, that doesn't mean it's bad. For anyone else who's not used to the zombie genre, or maybe you're just kind of sick of the zombie genre, and I don't buy a lot of zombie games. I don't buy a lot of zombie games. There are a lot of zombie games. You got Dead Island and stuff like that, or Dying Light, which was the recent one that came out. I don't buy a lot of zombie games. I haven't played Dying Light. I haven't played any of the Dead Island games. So the only zombies I literally have in the game was freaking was Call of Duty zombies. This was literally the only zombie game I really have, and of course I loved it at the time. Not for Black Ops 2. For Black Ops 1, it was much better. Black Ops 2 zombies kind of suck. But the thing is that I don't buy a lot of zombie games. Possibly because they're too predictable to me now, too generic. And I think it's because of the Walking Dead TV show and the freaking graphic novels, which has just ruined me on the zombie stuff, man. Like, if it's not Walking Dead, I come to a point where I can't really enjoy the zombie thing anymore. Like, Fear the Walking Dead is coming on, like, in, I think, August 23rd. So, yeah, that's going to be coming on in a little bit. And, of course, I'm ready and prepared for that, man. But it's like, yeah, if that was a video game, I'll just be like, yeah, whatever. You want a better survival horror game? Look, here's another game that does survival horror a little bit better. Alien Isolation. Or a game that I actually do not have, which is a better survival horror game, is... oh my god, I actually can't remember. Give me 1 second, I'm going to make a quick edit right here and I can figure out which one it is. Dead Space. You know, play the first Dead Space game. That's like a better... That was a better experience in my opinion. More on the survival and less on, okay, you don't even really fight the monsters that much in here. You do, and the monsters are there, but let's be honest, the majority of the time in this game, you're fighting other people, you're fighting other groups. Oh, I wonder what other TV series have done that. It feels like I'm in some type of TV series or I'm in some type of movie, and there's a lot of walking, slow walking, a lot of talking, and I guess my really big gripe with this is that I wish it was more open world-ish. And these are like beautiful backgrounds, beautiful scenery, and this is just the PS3 version, and it's beautiful looking. They give the essence down so pat of like that whole Walking Dead feel, or The Road, or any of these post-apocalyptic worlds. This one does it, and it does it well. But to me, it just feels like it's just adding on to the pile. Whereas instead of being on the top of the pile, it's just sort of in there with the rest of them. So I just put it in the category of like, oh, here's all these other post-apocalyptic worlds where all the zombie genre or slash monster genre goes, and yeah, here's The Last of Us. Okay, let me just slide that right there into the pile, and it just adds up to that. Nothing about it really stands out to me, and I personally don't see what all the hype is with The Last of Us. And if people are just like, oh, they just want that sort of classic survival horror feel, because yeah, The Last of Us is a better Resident Evil game than freaking Resident Evil is now, but there's just been games that have done it better, and I can still do it better. Like I just showed you, Alien Isolation. You know, they can still do it better. So I don't get why. You know, if someone could just tell me why, you know, The Last of Us is so great. You know, my friend, I would have never brought The Last of Us if my friend didn't recommend it to me. He played it, he was like, oh, dude, it's like literally one of the greatest games of the year. It was one of the greatest games I've ever played. I was like, okay, you know, I'll buy it when I get a chance, and I'll take a look at it. And I don't see it, guys. I just don't see it. So if someone can explain to me in detail why The Last of Us is as good or as hyped up as it is or as perfect as it is, please let me know, because I don't see it. Alright, so yeah, we're done with that, so let's move on to the first one. I know I pissed a lot of people off with that one, with The Last of Us, but I apologize if I pissed you off. Like I said, this is strictly opinion-based, so, you know, if you don't agree, that's fine. Okay, so moving on to number one. Number one, Destiny. Yeah, a lot of this game has made people's like disappointing list and things like that of the year, of the time that it actually came out. Even with the DLC for me, although I would say this, the first DLC wasn't that good. Second DLC, okay, a little bit better. The third DLC, okay, you're kind of on par with the second one for me. And even though that the DLCs might be better, or they could be getting better in the future, it's a little too late for me. It's a little too late for me because I go on the initial release. You know, you guys know, for people who have been on this channel before, when I'm reviewing things And when I'm reviewing video games, I go from the initial release. Whatever DLC may come, I can rant and rave about that all I want. Like I did with Batman Arkham Knight, I can rant and rave about the DLC for that. But DLC is still DLC. The initial game is what's really important. It's what you present first, okay? That's a first impression. Destiny did not make a good first impression on me for the full game. In the beta, there seemed to be a little bit more there as far as a first impression, and even then, they knew just the right amount to give you, and just the right amount to take away, and just the right amount of time that you're able to play during the beta. But when the full game came out, I was like, this still feels like the beta. If anything, you took stuff away. You didn't add nothing else except for like an extra planet or two, but I don't know. It could just be me, but I don't get why Destiny has such a fan base as it does. You know, if someone can explain it to me, this too. Destiny and The Last of Us, and I'm so sorry I don't have a copy to show you. I actually got Destiny as a digital download. But while you're writing why The Last of Us is so good, please write one for why Destiny is so good. You know, what keeps you going back and playing it? Because I just don't see it. And it's so hard for me to try to stay invested in that. Even if a friend, and one of my friends, you know, I'm not going to say who, he really enjoys Destiny. And I'm just like, every time I hear about Destiny news, every time he sends me stuff, I'm just like, oh, okay, you know that's nice, you know, I respect that, but I just don't see it, man. I just don't see a reason to go back to it. Maybe if they make a Destiny 2 or something like that, if they do make a Destiny 2, and they said they want to keep Destiny going for like 10 years, and they're just going to keep adding on to the same old Destiny, that's okay for people that want to play it, but literally, as soon as I start to run out of data on my PS4, Destiny's going to be the first thing gone. I'm sorry, Destiny's going to be the first thing deleted. I only keep it up there because my pal likes to play the game, but if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't play Destiny. I'm sorry, I wouldn't play Destiny at all. It's just not that interesting. I just don't care. I just don't care for Destiny. It's to the point where I just hate it. I'm sorry, I just hate it. So if you like Destiny, or if you like any of these other games that I mentioned on the list, and you want to say like, oh, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, or something like that, or if you just want to dislike the video, that's fine. I don't care. I would like to know your opinion. So instead of just hitting a like or dislike, I would like to know why exactly do you like these certain games that I personally hate. But somebody is calling me right now, so give me 1 second. Okay, so yeah, that's it, guys. All right, that's my top 5 list. I just kind of threw that together. Hey, there it is. Okay, and basically those are the top 5 games that I hate, but everyone else seems to enjoy, and that's fine if you enjoy it, and it's just fine if I hate it. That's just how opinions go, guys. You know, it's the same thing with movies, and it's the same thing with pretty much everything else in the world. Politics or something like that. You know, if you like Donald Trump, that's fine. I personally love him, but I wouldn't vote for him. I think the guy's hilarious. But anyway, not getting into the political scene here. That's it, and I'm glad I just got a chance to make this video. I'm possibly going to throw this up like a couple of days after I film this. And so, yeah. Thanks for watching, and like I said, I would love to know your opinions. If you have time to write at least one comment. If you don't, that's fine. You know, just leave a like or a dislike, or even if you don't want to do that, it's okay. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.